All right, welcome back, guys, to another trading recap. Today has been a little bit better than the rest of the days this week. Today we got a couple moves. Traded a whole bunch of stocks, and end of the day only up $2 after taking a nice fat loss on one of these stocks. So here we'll start with IMPP. This was looking good early in the morning, probably the best gapper of the morning. I traded this early, looking for a move through VWAP. Didn't happen. Kind of closed it out for a scratch. We did end up getting that move I was looking for at around 8:15, but I missed that one. I think I was doing something else. Then kind of ranged until the market opened. And at the market open, we did see a nice front side move. I was monitoring it right here a minute before the market opened, and I saw it pulling up. And I was reluctant to get into it because I thought perhaps we could get a giant flush, maybe down to 2 or under 2, before we saw any sort of breakout. But it didn't. It did end up squeezing right through the high. And I started actually getting in on this candle a little bit too, I wouldn't say too late, but I could have gotten a better entry if I added earlier. But I was looking for a retest of 245 and a breakout, and we ended up getting it, but kind of stalled around 240 to 245, and it was getting a little shaky, so I kind of closed my position there for a small win. And closed the rest of my position through the high at 261. That was my best sell. And then I added on the dip to 250 and then sold again at the high. No, not at the high, sorry. Just a couple cent scalp on that one. Then I traded this VWAP bounce here off 235 and got a nice 10 cents there. I was really looking for a pullback a little bit farther, maybe down to VWAP, maybe breaking this low and then holding up and then me adding more. So I was in really small, like starter share size there. But that was a great 10 cents. That was maybe about, so 12 cents is about 4 or 5%. If I would have been on full size, or at least closer to full size, that would have been a nice win on the day. Here we got a nice false breakout. I didn't get faked out by that, thank God. But then it started creeping back up to the high, and I was thinking, well, maybe you could see a nice squeeze here. And it was just very shaky coming up into the high. It didn't really have much of a conviction or any sort of confidence going through here. So I started just kind of scalping it and taking some off. And we ended up seeing that squeeze, and then I got really, really flustered because I was getting some FOMO. I didn't really think we could see a move like that. But this whole front side move here from this breakout to the high, 30%. That was a nice rally. Unfortunately, I did get caught in Indo between some of those trades on IMPP. I saw this rip up into a hole, opened higher, flushed down a little bit. I thought we were going to see a nice little bounce here and go back through the highs to squeeze up through this 750 level. But it just kept sailing off, and then it halted down, and then eventually I just took it off for a nice 10% loss on a 40 shares. So that's about maybe a starter size. But still, 10% on a starter size is a lot, I guess. I mean, is a pretty decent loss. That's like a full 5% loss on a full size. I took a nice, I think it was, $27 loss on that one. I think even more. I just made some of it back. So maybe about, I think it was like $32. I mean, I wasn't really looking to get too aggressive in this market. And so, I mean, 37, I mean, it's a decent loss for me, at least. So I was kind of unfortunate. I was really looking for a squeeze because through all these highs here, if you look at the 5 minute, I was really looking for a gap and squeeze to this level, maybe up through 850. But no, it did not happen. And so it dipped back down, and then I cut my loss, and then it's back up to the highs. And now here I'm adding through 7, and it was really chopping around on this candle, and it was really hard for me to get filled. I was trying to get out, and the small gain on that one, and it didn't end up it broke the high. It did a nice false breakout. I was really thinking we could get a nice move out of this, but then since then it's just been kind of ranging, and I took a couple scalps thinking that the reclaim of this VWAP would initiate some buying and some demand through the highs and maybe break out of this range, but didn't end up happening. So took a couple scratches there. Maybe we'll end up getting that move at some point, maybe through 7 and then up through 750, 780, and then up towards 8 and 850. But I will be probably done trading by then. Other than that, we did get some action on IINN. I was thinking we were going to see a better move through the high here, but kind of stalled out here and did some false breakouts. Didn't really have much of a volume to have much continuation. TKLF was a great one, all things considered with where the market is, but we did get a nice little front side here. Didn't get on it until this breakout through the high, which did a nice false breakout as well. But we have been getting some action, so that's good news. Recently, it's been so dead, so flat, and so yesterday we had a nice 200% move on INDO, and today we had a couple moves on INDO, and then our big winner of the day, IMPP, which was a nice, I guess, our total front side, if you catch from the open to the high, is about 60%. So a 60% rally on this small cap here. It's good news for the small cap market. Maybe we'll see some better action and see some of this action continue into next week. That would be really good, but I would have a nice green day if I didn't chase INDO and get too aggressive. But it is what it is. It's a fairly small loss, and I got myself back to break even. Very, very, very small green. So, I mean, I can't really complain. It is what it is. I'll have days where it's going to be like that, and I'm going to have some days where I'm just nailing it every time. I don't know. I think after I've seen a lot of stocks that gap up, and then they open higher, and then they dip, and then they reclaim the high and rip higher. But I think I just kind of just blindly bought, just out of sheer FOMO, 715. That's like way up here. I bought it way up here. So, yeah, especially in this market. First of all, right now it was being ranging, went to a halt in a range. So that itself is shouldn't be an instant buy-in resumption because it's not in a front side, and shorts could be pouncing on this on a lower high, which they did. So I shouldn't have chased that on resumption just from that. And second of all, the market just the past week has just been really, really bad, and the momentum hasn't been there. So that's another reason why I shouldn't have been buying on the halt resumption. And yeah, so I think there would have been a better opportunity if I bought a halt going into a front side. But since this was ranging, it probably wasn't the best idea, and I found out the hard way. But that's how I learn, and yeah, it's quite unfortunate, but it is what it is. So today, this month, I'm still green on the month. On the month, I am about $71 on the month, which is at least green is green, and but it's a fairly small green month so far. This on the week, I think I'm up maybe $30 or so. So nothing too crazy. Just been very slow. I can show you my metrics here. So here's on the month, 71.17, and I'll show you on the week. Where are we at? 28, so 24. On the week, I am only up $30.80. So I've been trying to increase my volume, as you can see, the amount of shares traded. So I really want to get this back up to the high here of 6,000, maybe towards 10,000. At least within a few months. Hopefully the market heats up to where allows me to buy into some good setups and size up. But other than that, it's been a pretty slow week. So better luck next week, and I'll see you guys on the next trading recap. Peace.